They say the best things come in 12. 12 ribs in a rack of ribs, a dozen roses, 12 football players on a football team. Is that right?
No.
And also 12 cylinders. And now 12 cars. That's right. I bought another car. The reason, ladies and gentlemen, that I have another car is because my friend Adam, the guy who gave me the Golf GTI for Mattwood, messaged me yesterday and said, Alex, you can have this car for 500 quid. I cannot be bothered to go and pick it up because he's moved south, Rory. He's got a new house. So here I am sweeping up all of his shit. So everybody, welcome to my brand new Volvo C70 T5. That's right, it's a 5-pot turbo petrol. So now that the introductions are over, let's have a quick walk around. The first thing you notice is a very striking colour. Don't know what it's called, it's like a burnt orange. I don't know anything about this car. I don't even know the mileage. 134,000. That's not bad. Yeah, that is very low mileage. The front brakes need to be done. A top mount needs to be done. The car is currently quite shuddery, quite juddery on the motorway. Also, the wheels probably look quite nice, but if you look a little bit closer, you see that someone's done a really half-assed job and this is just flaking. And also, they haven't bothered actually completing the paint job in the inner part of the wheel, which is nice. There's a few dings, a few scratches, ding here, but otherwise there's no rust. It looks fairly clean, it looks fairly tidy. No idea how many owners it's got. The main thing about this car is that it has got that 5-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine with around 240 horsepower, 240 pound-foot of torque. So it is a 155-mile-an-hour car, Rory, for 500 pounds. I don't know if this will do it because it's a little bit ropey. But if we come to the front of the motor vehicle, we've got another dog on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, Wilfred. How are you? How are you? How are you? Okay. Wilfred doesn't like Volvos. The number plate here, hate DDT. Now, I've done a bit of detective work, so I know that the previous owner was either a wrestling fan or an American farmer. Why do I say that, Rory? Well, DDT is actually a wrestling move. It's one where you get the person in the headlock and then you slam them down onto the ground. Or DDT in agriculture means dichlorodiphenyl trichloroethane, which is an insecticide used in agriculture. It was banned in the United States in 1972, but in some countries outside of the United States, it is still used to control mosquitoes that spread malaria. So
This definitely looks like a farmer's car, doesn't it?
it is an American farmer's car, and it was banned, so they hate it. It all makes sense. I do love the colour. Rory?
I really like the car. It reminds me of, the Bentley, the new Bentley Continental.
Yes, yes. Bentley definitely looked at this and took inspiration. And then at the rear, we have got a filthy, great big exhaust, which tells you that this is the turbo 5-pot. You can, are we gonna call that a win? No, okay. Well, I'm gonna say it's passed. Okay, interior, Rory, follow me. Is this, or is this not, the most uninspiring interior you've ever seen? That is boring. It's hideous. And look, we've even got carpet on the underside of the door. This is the equivalent of having carpet in your bathroom, like avocado carpet as well. Everything is just grey, boring plastics. This center console, boring. Everything is boring. But what's not boring, Rory, is if I start the engine and then if we listen to the warble. That's good, isn't it? But in terms of the interior, I mean, it's clean. It's just really uninspiring. These seats, they're naff. They're really naff. They're like lounge chairs. It shouldn't belong in a car like this that looks like this, because, Rory, if we go back, the profile of this car, I think, shouts sporty, power, tuning potential. So I think we're all agreed that it's a good and sporty looking car, but the question is, does it drive like a good and sporty car? Speaking of which, shall I go take it for a drive?
Well, can we get some lunch first?
Okay, well, we don't have time for lunch, Rory, because it is getting late. But what I can give you is lunch on the go, which is a great time to introduce this week's video sponsor, Y-Food.
Oh,
Oh, good catch! If you're out on the road a lot like Rory and I, then getting a good meal down you can be tricky. Which is why these nutritionally complete meals in a bottle are perfect for people like us. They're also lactose and gluten-free with a vegan range offered too, and come in a variety of wicked flavors including smooth vanilla, classic choco, happy banana, cold brew coffee, and crazy coconut. So if you're anything like us, always hungry and on the go, and also a lover of fast food but not as you know it, then try Y-Food for nutritionally complete meals on the go. What's more, Y-Food are offering you 10% off your order using the code AutoAlex-YouTube at checkout. So do yourself a favor and keep hunger at bay the right way. Speaking of which, cold brew coffee, still my favorite. Right, let's drive. Okay, so this is actually becoming quite a habit. Welcome everybody to the interior of my new car. Bloody hell, I've said that a lot recently. Anyway, this is my £500 Volvo C70 T5, which means that this has got the 2.3 litre turbocharged inline 5 with 240 horsepower, 240 pounds-foot of torque. Sounds like a lot of poke, but remember, this is a heavy and also a very old car. If I put my foot flat to the floor, it takes a while, but it is, I mean, it's brisk. It is actually quite brisk. The manual gearbox version, 0 to 60 takes around 6.9 seconds. I'm guessing this car with the auto, 7.2, 7.3. Speaking of the auto, this gearbox really needs a service. It is very lazy. When you knock it into reverse as well, it kind of jolts you back. It's not the happiest automatic gearbox in the world. The interior though, very comfortable. It's completely uninspiring to sit in, but the cabin is nice and quiet. The exhaust is very muted. The engine is also quite muted. So, you know, with the fruity exhaust, with an air filter, all the rest of it, you could really make this car come alive. The suspension also needs a massive overhaul. The front end is, on cue. Very, very bad, especially at motorway speeds. It kind of wanders all over the shop. The tyres need to be changed. The brake discs are warped. The top mount over there is squeaking like a bastard, so the pair need to be done. I think realistically, this car needs £600-700 spending on it. But don't forget, I only paid 500 quid for this, and I had a look earlier. There is not one of these cars for sale on eBay, Auto Trader, Facebook Marketplace, nowhere. The fact that I got it for £500 I know is way under, but like I said, my mate who's a car dealer, he just couldn't be bothered to get it. He lives on the south coast and he said, Alex, I enjoy spending time with my children on the beach. If I go and get the car, then I have the car, but then I've wasted a day with my kids. I completely respect that. As for prices, if I wanted to sell it, I think I could probably get 2.5-3 grand. But you're probably now wondering, what is the plan for this car, Alex? I am gonna restore it lightly, but I'm not gonna keep it. I'm gonna make it a good car, make sure that the new owner enjoys it. And speaking of the new owner, you're gonna like this. So the plan with this very Volvo is to give it away. I got it for cheap. I'm gonna fix it up and I'm gonna give it away to anyone who is a channel member. You become a channel member, that not only gives you access to winning stuff like cars, but it also gives you early access to car meets that we're going to be hosting, which we're going to be doing next month in December. And also there will be a Discord, which means that you can chat to me, you can chat to Rory, you can chat to Taylor. I like it because it's old, because it's orange, and because it's got an interesting engine. It is a unicorn in today's world, and if you like cars and if you're into your old Volvos, you'll look at this and think, damn, that is really awesome, isn't it? So once again, I've bought a car on the cheap that's a bit broken and that needs work. Welcome everybody to Auto Alex Cars, the home of shit. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay then, so there is a quick introduction to my 12th apostle. It is my Volvo, and guess what? It's not a BMW! Yeah!
We like it.
Yeah, the channel is actually run on BMWs, but we've had an XJR and a Volvo. We're on a roll. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. This car needs a lot of work, but then when it's done, I'm going to give it away as a reminder to a channel member. So make sure you subscribe and do all that kind of stuff and look out for that. Anyway, for now, thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much to YFood for sponsoring this episode. Remember, you can get 10% off using the link below. From me and the shit Volvo, have a great weekend. Ta-ra!